The most powerful things that change our behavior and our character are the stories we tell ourselves. I think that when I started out in business, I heard all these things in the personal development space, like, oh, you should read these affirmations every morning, blah 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 blah. I never did that, and it was because it felt stupid to me. Now, that being said, there might be some people who've had life changing results from doing that. But what I did notice is that the stories I would tell myself about myself were the things that changed my beliefs. They were the things that changed my character. And so a lot of times in some of my other videos, I've talked about how entrepreneurship is about three things. It's about changing the beliefs that you have. It's about increasing the skill set that you have. And then the character traits that go along with that to make sure the skills are successful. So I'll give you a simple example for this. So a friend of mine, he started a fitness app. It was doing about $20,000 a month. He was a top CrossFit Games competitor, but he was really ashamed because he wasn't the winner. He was like, really, really highly ranked one, but he wasn't the winner. And so he believed that his app wasn't good enough, and so he never promoted it. So it grew to $20,000 a month in revenue with him doing zero promotion, right? And when he realized that it was okay for him to promote it and people got a lot of value from it and the app was good enough, he went from $20,000 a month to like $150,000 a month, like that. And the difference was his beliefs. His skills were the same, right? His character traits are the same. He changed his beliefs, right? So let me give you a different example. So when I actually started out getting in my own business, right? I had a chain of gyms. This was very, very, this was 10 years ago. I had a chain of gyms. I knew how to run sales teams. I knew how to generate leads. I knew how to do all these things. But what ended up happening was I had one missing piece, which was also a belief. Darn, I was actually trying to give you a different one. But I had a mentor come in and say, you need to get in the licensing business. You need to license this model to lots of people rather than doing the actual model yourself. And so I did make that transition, and then we went from I think we did like $2 or $3 million to doing 7, and the next year we did 28 million. So the year that we made the transition halfway through is what jumped us from 2 or 3 to 7, and it was just in the last like 4 months that we saw this crazy growth, and then we did 28 million the next year. And so it was because I had all these skills, and I also had the character traits. I just needed again to change some of the beliefs. I was trying to give you an example with the character traits. Let me think of one. So if you have, for example, if I had those skills, but I didn't have the character traits of being disciplined and being focused on one thing, I would have jumped between multiple entrepreneurial endeavors and never been able to see success, because even though I had the beliefs about what was possible, like if I had said, okay, I'm going to do gyms and I'm going to do chiropractors and I'm going to do dentists, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, right? Until I had the character trait of focus, the character trait of discipline, then I would not have seen the success, right?